Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. Today, I'm going to be doing the first 10 turns video with the Saucy Seleucids in Divide Et Impera. It should be a very interesting one. It's a tough campaign, you know, the Seleucids as a successor kingdom. You've got lots of satrapies to your east. You've got Egypt to your southwest. Galatians and Pontus to your north as well. Very interesting campaign. Lots of things can go wrong. Lots can go right as well. And that's what we're going to try and deal with today's video. I really do hope you enjoy it, guys. And if you do, give it a like. Drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. I'm happy to respond. This is a great community of Total War players that I'm trying to facilitate here. So I'd love to engage with you all. So definitely drop any of those into the comment section below. And let's get right into it. Alright guys, so we are the Seleucid Empire, and this is turn 1. Now, if we look at the diplomatic situation here, there's a lot in the red, you know, there's a lot of things that we need to be worried about, because southwest, we've got Ptolemy and the Nabateans, key allies that will go against you pretty quickly, I think. We've got the satrapies to our east, Parthava, Hyrava, Zranka, Asagarta. These are factions that will very likely go against you pretty soon. We've got Parsa, who might stay with us. We've got the Atropatkins, who you might be able to just wrangle into a non-aggression, but we'll see what happens here. Lots of bad things happening on the east. Galatians in Anatolia, and Pontus up here as well, who will possibly knock on your door depending on what happens here. And obviously, we've got Egyptian cities here as well in Side and Salamis. So, yeah, just lots of very not secure. You're very much not secure in your borders here, which is a bit worrying. So let's get the trade agreements out of the way first. Let's see if Asagarta will go for one. Okay, they will, which is good for us. Let's get a payment out of them as well. They accepted, so very good with that. Antigonidae, maybe. Moderate? Nah, we're going to go for some money with them soon. Atropatkins. Let's see if we can offer a bit of money for a trade agreement. Nah, they won't go for it, unfortunately. All right. Bithynia, I don't think we'll go for it. Hagar, maybe. Yep, Hagar will go for it. That's good for me. Maybe a non-aggression as well. Nope, not just yet. Irava, the Hakes. Definitely will go for it. Let's demand some money from them as well. Be all the way. Hell yeah. All right. Maybe a defensive alliance with them would be good, since the Medians. Ooh, that's a lot of money for a defensive alliance. Military access. We want to wrangle the Hake against the Medians, because the Medians will very likely go against us. Offer a little bit of... Alright, you know what? Let's go for it. The Medians will go against us eventually, and having the Hake on our side will be a positive thing, definitely. Alright. Interesting. The Medians are now in the yellow. We'll keep them at a kind of arm's length at the moment. Let's see. Knossos is high. Let's get a trade agreement with them. Just trying to get as much money as possible at the start of your campaign here. Set yourself up for success. All right, we've got them. What about Colchis? All right, they're high as well. Speak to the point. Let's do that. Nabateans won't, but let's see anyway. No, they won't do it. Muscat, maybe? Yep, they will go for it as well. Sorry, guys, this is going to take a little bit, but just trying to get as much money as I can to start us off in a very positive note. So we've got that. That's good. Ptolemy, obviously not. Let's just see anyway. Nah, they won't go for it. Kidri, I think they will. Nope, they won't. All right. Fair enough. Rhodes.
If I can give you a fair answer, you will
fair trade-faring nation here.
Your gold would be well spent by my people.
All right, there we go. Sinop is within our sphere as well. Get a payment out of them. Yeah, let's go all the way. Nice. Excellent. Tinny, maybe, as well? Oh, yeah. This is a great start, guys. We're going to get so much money at the start. Very good. And finally, Trapezoos.
If I can give you a fair answer, you will have it.
All right. So,
I accept. We have an
excellent.
agreement,
With
and
that,
I'm
we've
sure
got
I
some
have
very nice
Cyprian
trade
wine
agreements
like
going
this.
on right now. Oh, Atheni as well.
I
Hold
am
on.
honored to receive this embassy, and will listen with
Let's get
interest to
that
all you have
out
to
of the
say.
way. And
I
there
can
we
settle
go. Maybe Antigone and I will go for it now as well.
If I can,
Nah, they won't. That's fine.
you would not
So,
sell much in
let's
our
see here.
marketplace.
Finally, let's just poke. Nah. All right. So we've got a decent number of trade agreements right off the bat, which is really, really cool. So from a diplomatic point of view, we're looking a little bit nicer, basically, which is good for us. This nice northern frontier, securing our borders here. We might have to build up an army here just to maintain our eastern provinces, Mesopotamia. And in this campaign, guys, I'm going to focus on Egypt because that's the most immediate threat here. So we might try and go for Salamis, depending on what's going on there. Hopefully, the Cappadocians or Lydia are able to go against Side here and take that out. But we're going to focus on this stretch of land right here, Judea and Egyptus. So with that, let's see what we need to be doing. So technology-wise, we're going to go for the civil route here with this chain, and then we're going to go for this line here. Let's go for that right away. Let's get a couple dignitaries. Dignitaries will be important to continue some cultural conversion in our main provinces here. And get some nice public order going as well. And then from a building point of view, now there's a few considerations here from a building point of view. You've got some key cities, right? You've got Tarsos here, which you can probably defend. You've got Hatra at the border with Medea. You've got Seleucia, which is easier to defend, and you got Charax. We're gonna be moving south here to take Jerusalem and probably Petra as well. Two cities that we're gonna build up and then move up to Alexandria. But in the meantime, we need to start building some of these cities up to defend them easier. So Seleucia, by building up, we get a couple extra units, which would be nice actually, because that's an important city to defend. So we're gonna go for the barracks and upgrade the city. We're gonna upgrade Charax as well. And we're probably going to start an army here to be able to defend it. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. Let's get an army, move them in. And let's get some cheap units here, some hoplite units, and some slingers maybe. Just to be able to defend the city. That's all they're going to do there. And then I'm going to start moving this army south and recruit in this army as well. So let's get couple of the bronze shields pikemen here. Let's get some Theraporoi for the additional spear flank kind of defense. That would be really good. We're going to go for some swordsmen, I think, as well. And then some slingers just to top it off. Some cav units, definitely. Heavy cav influence in the Seleucid Empire. So we're going to use them to start pushing south into Tyros as well. I'm going to move in Palmyra to get an army in this province also. So let's get an army here. Let's recruit some cav just to start off with, and then we'll get some hoplites in this army as well. And these two armies are going to work together to start moving south towards Egyptian lands. I'm not too worried about Salamis here. I think that the public order issue they're going to go through is going to mount up, and then they're going to lose it. Hopefully it's going to be a faction that we can be friendly with. So that's what we're going to do there. And Tarsos. Indeed, Tarsos. To be honest, I'm not too worried about losing it, but I would rather not. So we're going to just build it up slightly. I'm going to get a muster field here. Actually, no. I'm going to get a... I'm going to go for a local agora because I want to get public order in the positive definitely here. The main issue with public order in the beginning, guys, with Seleucia, let's just get that harbor here as well, since this is our main trade port with Seleucia, is that the cultural conversion here is very important. So we've got a Hellenic faction in Persian lands. So you can use a consecrated ground building right away to start building these lands up and getting that cultural conversion. I think in the first 10 turns, you're not really going to be able to make that much headway in that regard. So I'm not going to build them. I'm going to just focus on the military aspect of our campaign here to get down south and then move towards Egypt as soon as possible. But that's something you can do right away as well. The only other building I'm going to build here is in Dura in the homestead because we need some food. A bit more food in this province as well, definitely. Every other province, I think, from a food perspective is okay. So that's the first turn of our campaign really here. We've got negative public order, so I'm going to move the tax rate down. I'm going to move it down there. Yep. And then hopefully in the next turn, they start going a bit more positive. And yeah, that's going to be the end of our turn here. So let's move on to turn 2. Oh, forget. Of course, I always forget the edicts. In Syria, no, not in Syria. In Palmyra, we're going to go for the bread and games edict. And in Seleucia and Mesopotamia, we're going to go for the tax rate. Tax harvesting. All right, that's end of turn 1. Let's move on. All right, guys, so this is turn 2. And our armies are doing well to start building up. I'm going to just move this one down south slightly again and keep on recruiting. So we're going to get a couple more cav units here. Let's get the Sarasphoroi. Let's get those missile calves. And let's get some more slingers as well. Maybe just one more. Let's get rid of one of these missile calves and get the slingers. And then we're going to get some more melee infantry for that front line as well with this army here. So... let's get some of the cheaper hoplites, I think. And then together, they're going to move up against Tyros. Actually, hold on. Let's move this army south, I think. And then we'll start recruiting. Yes. And then Tyros will be taken. And these two armies will start moving south towards Jerusalem. In the meantime... Public order is indeed starting to go into the positive, which is very good. Seleucia with 8. That's really, really good. We've got an army here in Seleucia as well. I might just leave them there depending on what the Medians get up to. We haven't had a satrapy rebel yet, which is very good news. So we've still got that high income going on. So we'll see what happens there. Diplomatically, Atropatkins are still in the yellow. And look at that. They're actually in the positive now as well. So we can get that tax rate from them. Trade agreement from them, which is really nice. They will go for a non-aggression as well, which is excellent, guys. That is exactly what we want. Come on, go for that non-aggression. All right. That's fine. We can keep that as it is for now. Let's see if the Bithynians will go for a trade agreement. No, not yet. Anything else? The Nabateans. What about Kidri? Nope, they're slowly coming towards our end of things. The Nabateans, that's an interesting one. If we could possibly wrangle them into a trade agreement, then they might start warming up to us. And that's what you want to try and do here a little bit. Play the diplomatic game. Try and, if you can wrangle them away from Egypt, that would be really, really positive for you. You can just use these forces to just steamroll Egypt right away. So hopefully that happens in the next turn. Let's see what happens there. But that's, I think, going to be the end of the turn here. Not much else to do. They're going through some public order issues in Salamis, so there's going to be a rebellion here, 100%. We can use that faction to our favor as well. And that's going to be the end of the turn here, I think. So let's move on to turn 3. All right, guys, this is turn 3. And again, actually, it's been a quiet kind of, turn because no satrapies have rebelled. Egypt hasn't gone to war with Lydia. And the Kyreniki here have offered us a defensive alliance. So we've got a faction here that could put pressure on them pretty quickly as well, which is very nice. So yes, actually a very positive start to this campaign. I think, and this is just a theory, but I think it is due to those diplomatic moves that we made at the start there, because we wrangled some trade agreements with some key factions up here, because we got that with the Medians now as well. The satrapies are a bit calmer. They're not quite rebelling just yet. I think Asagartha is very likely the first one that could rebel, and then followed by Zaranka and the Hieravans and others up here as well. But for the moment, our eastern frontier is secure, and that's the best outcome that you can have at the start of your campaign. As soon as they start rebelling, you're going to have issues here, and that's why we've got these armies stationed in our cities in the east. And we can afford that because we have the income. That's super important. So we're going to keep this army here. We're going to keep recruiting with them. I'm going to get a couple of bronze shieldsmen and some more hoplites as well. We're going to move this army, the Might of Heracles, down towards Tyros now and start this war with Egypt. Actually, before I do that, though, I'm going to take a look at the Nabateans and see if they would like to have some positive relations with us. Not yet, but we could try and give them a gift. All right, so they accepted a payment from us as a gift. Let's see if they'll go for trade. They won't. I think it's fine for now. Because we want to focus our attention on Egypt. So we're going to do it. Let's go up against Tyros here. Now, there's a very real chance that some of your satrapies might just not agree to join the war here as well. So just keep that in mind. When you go to war, this is a great chance for them to rebel against you. But let's see what happens. All right, so Asagartha has refused. So as I said, they're not joining in the war here. Auto-resolving will give us an 80% chance, 80% remaining for us. I'm going to go for that. And we're going to take Tyros here, which is good for us. And I'm going to occupy the city. I don't want that public order penalty to deal with, really. So yeah. For now, I'm going to keep the army inside as it's helping the public order, which is fine. Let's give the general some skills as well. Public order skill would be really nice with the tax rate. So we're continuing to help that. And then let's do a bit more recruitment here as well. So let's get some of these Syracoi, the Syrian levies here. Maybe some hoplites. Let's go for the Syracoi. That's fine. And then this army is still recruiting, which is all good. We've lost that trade agreement with the Asagartans, so our income is lower now as well. But that's fine. No worries. Look at your public order. Public order is positive there. It's positive in Palmyra. It's positive in Seleucia. So all is as good as it can be. No major wars in the east. And we're focusing our attention on Egypt. Now let's just leave the tax level there. We want to keep getting that public order in the positive. Armies are recruiting here, which is very good. All right, I think that's the end of the turn here, guys. We're going to keep moving south towards Jerusalem, which I highly doubt is garrisoned by an army. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to end the turn. Let's see. This is going to be turn 4 next, I think. All right, guys. So this is turn 4. And let's just have a recap of how things are going. So public order is doing well here in Antiochia. Palmyra is going into the positive as well. Seleucia is far in the positive, so we really don't need to worry about that. What I'm going to do here is use a couple characters just to edge the other provinces further into the positive. So Syria here. Let's do that. And then that's that one now at 16, which is really good. Palmyra here, I think we need to edge forward a little bit as well. So let's send the wife to Palmyra. And then, to be honest, I'm not that worried about Yehuda. We could do it if you want to, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. It's going to go negative again once we take Jerusalem anyway. So we got this little navy here. This 2-unit navy that's it's not ideal, to be honest. Mainly because I don't want to have to deal with a navy if it attacks Tyros. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to raise a small army here in Tyros. And I'm going to get a couple of hoplite units here. And then we're going to move this army down south as well. Now, we did, unfortunately, trespass on the Nabateans. So, let's see if they're upset with us for that. Yeah, they don't really like us anymore. That's fine. We could probably take Petra pretty easily. So, we've got these 2 armies. And they're going to go up against Jerusalem very soon. And then hopefully we can get a few more units going and then start moving towards Alexandria. Petra, I'm not too worried about. If they do go to war against us, then we'll take Petra pretty quickly as well. That's what's going to happen there. Otherwise, things are okay in this side of the world. I might just build up this Charax port here into a shipwright. Just to be able to have that extra unit capacity and recruit some nice units if we need to go to war with any of these factions here. And yeah, I think that's really it for this turn as well. So let's move on to turn 5. All right, guys. So this is turn 5. We've got some skills to spend here with our dignitaries. So I'm going to go for this line here. To go for the tax rate and local province deployed. And same with this one here as well. So let's just get that out of the way very quickly. And then an interesting development is that Parsa has ended our trade agreement. So let's see if they'll agree to another trade agreement. Maybe they will. Oh, they won't. Okay, no worries. So yeah, these guys might rebel pretty quickly. Asagartha has declared war against us, so that's a satrapy that we're going to have to deal with very soon as well. I'm just going to add a few more units to this army here. Maybe some decent hoplites and a couple more, maybe archers actually would be good from the walls or the inside of the town. That's fine. Kidri and our faction now have a trade agreement, so that's good. And we've got this, just a small, like very small army in case this navy decides to be a bit cocky. So we'll see what happens there. But we're gonna go for Jerusalem. So I'm gonna transfer my units into this army. We're gonna go for, hold on, I've kind of made a mess of this. Let's get rid of the cav units and the bronze shieldsmen, and then we're gonna besiege the city and move this army down as well and support. And we've got a pretty high remaining force for that, so I'm going to auto-resolve this and take the city right away. The reason why I took the cav out there is because the casualties that we're going to get is for the cav. So I try to minimize that as much as possible by not having it in the attacking force there. Fortunately, they did anyway, but that's okay. We can probably recoup that pretty quickly. We're going to occupy the city here. General has got some skills now as well, so let's give him some public order skills. Very good, very good. And we're going to move this army down here as well and start recruiting in this province. So let's get a few more bronze shield pikemen. We've got a lot of income, so we can obviously afford it. And then let's see what the Nabateans get up to. They've got a decent army recruiting inside the city. They might just go up against us, so we'll have to see if this army is ready to defend the city against them. So, yeah. Is there anything else to do here? Let's have a look at trade again. They're going to die suddenly in the red, which is interesting. They were yellow before.
Deceitful merchants can stay out of our lands and markets.
Oh, I've never heard that one. Deceitful. I don't think our merchants are deceitful. Let's see here. Public orders -7 here, 10 there, and 11 there. Very cool, actually. Very nice. So I'm just going to increase the tax level slightly to get us a higher income. And I think that's going to be the end of the turn here. We've taken Jerusalem, guys. Let's see what the Nabateans get up to. If they declare war against us, then we'll probably take Petra as well, and then start moving west towards Alexandria. That's going to be the main focus. I think what I might just do here as well is just do a couple more recruitment in this army. If we need more units to support that front line. Oh, we can't. Never mind. I've got that recruitment going on in Jerusalem, of course. All right, that's fine. We're gonna see what happens in the next turn. This is going to be turn 6 coming up, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah. All right. Let's see what happens next. All right, guys. Turn 6, and we've got some more satrapies rebelling as well. So Hariva has... Yeah, that's the only one. Hariva has declared independence. That's decreased our income a bit there as well, which is fine for now. We've got the Nabateans, I think, just at the border. Yeah, they must be just... at the border here. Are they? Yeah. They're, so, oh yeah. So basically the Nabateans are being a bit like, well, we can take these guys on. And I don't think so. They're not, this army isn't being supported by the Petra garrison either. So I'm going to just give my main army one more unit here. And we're going to use this army to, yeah, you know what? We're gonna declare war. Well, let's see diplomatically. Let's see if we can do anything about this. Nah, I don't think we can. We're gonna have to go up against them. Let's move this army down towards Petra. Declare war. See if our satrapies stay with us. They did. That's good for us. So we're gonna lay siege to the settlement here. I'm gonna use our main army to attack their main army as well. So let's see what we've got here. We've got some decent melee infantry, actually, and lots of them as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Lots of melee infantry. This is going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to fight this on the ground, guys. Our first battle to minimize our casualties. And because I didn't want to go for both armies against him because he's going to retreat and we're going to have to deal with the garrison as well. Just to give you a bit of context there. But let's fight this battle and see what happens. All right, guys. So the Battle of Petra is upon us. And our men, our bronze shieldsmen here, as you can see, are moving forward towards the front line. So we've got a lot to get up to here. Let's get this battle started. We've got the front line of the Nabateans quite stretched out here, as you can see, with some medium swordsmen out on this flank, covered by cavalry. There are lighter infantry in the middle here, and then some other kind of medium spearmen, light spearmen over on this side as well. And their general is right there, the Natarin Arab. Yes, so we're looking a little bit thin against these massive lines of infantry, but I'm not too worried. We've got cavalry superiority, so a lot of them are actually quite low in numbers. And what I'm basically going to try and do here is box them in a little bit. I'm going to use the bronze shieldsmen to move up, try and provoke them into the middle here, and then in the meantime use the cavalry to start swinging around and causing some trouble. I want to actually take out the general. That's what I want to do here. I want to use that cav group to come around and try and take out the general. But we'll see what they get up to. The AI is kind of just shifting around a little bit, trying to adapt to my tactics of pushing forward early on. Obviously, I've got my pikemen in phalanx formation here. Look at that. Don't you just love the detail here? Oh, what a kill. That was awesome. Nice. And yeah, so pikemen are all in. They're trying to keep them back. These light spearmen at the front. They've committed their camels as well. looking to try and cause some trouble, which is a bit stupid as usual. But at the same time, my cavalry are engaging their cav on this flank. We're trying to lock down other infantry units, their medium spearmen on this side, just to keep them busy, not get them into the fight, you know. Slingers are doing some trouble into the front line as well, trying to lock down their slingers actually more than anything. And in the meantime, I've got my cav ready to come around and start causing some trouble on this side as well. So that's what they're gonna get up to. These guys have defeated the camels over here, the very light camels. Oh, look at that, beautiful. And yeah, basically my plan is essentially working. We're causing a bit of trouble on these back lines here. The front lines of the enemy, the Nabateans, are starting to retreat a little bit here as well. We're going to try and take out some more of their cav units, dwindle them down a bit so we can start focusing on their infantry. They're doing some decent work on my more lighter infantry on this flank here. So I need to just be a bit careful about what's going on, focus my attention on just using my cav as best as possible to free up the back lines to start causing the trouble over here. That's what I want to be doing. So I'm having a bit of trouble, obviously, because my cav are low in individuals in these units. They've taken a beating in previous battles. So I'm trying to like get them to withdraw a bit, then charge in, withdraw, charge in. That's basically what I'm trying to do here. Same here as well. This unit is wavering. You know, morale is quite low if you've been charged by cavalry. So things are looking up, but I still need to pull them back a bit and charge again. That's what I need to be doing here. Slingers are doing decent work on the front line. They've dwindled the slingers down. These guys are making decent headway into the front line on this side as well. So they're going to push up a little bit, shift towards the infantry units. I've done a blunder with my cav, unfortunately, which is fine. They're still surviving. They're still alive, but the enemy are pushing up against the cav, shifting their focus away from the front line. So the general I've caught sight of, and he's running. I've caught sight of him, and I'm going to try and commit my cav to take him out straight away. Beautiful, beautiful unit, by the way. Look at that armor detail. So yeah, these guys are going to just hunt him down, basically. That's what I'm going to try and do here. Committing my heavy cav here as well to try and get into him and cause some trouble. So that's what's happening there. I'm trying to hold the front line with what I have left as well. But it is tough. I need to move this unit forward slightly to keep causing some trouble. More and more of their infantry is retreating as well, which is really good to see. Bronze shieldmen doing their work, holding that front line as much as possible. And the same on this side as well, which is good. Good stuff overall. Again, as you could see, this unit survived the onslaught, so I need to just shift my cav around a bit to try and take them out once and for all. But I'm kind of focusing my attention on the general here, trying to take him out. He's lost about 30 individuals, which is good for me. Trying to hold that front line. Once he's down, and he's wavering now, I'll be able to move these units back into the bulk of the battle here. Cause some trouble. Maybe the backs of these very light spear infantry, cause them to break. Shift the left flank around and surprise these guys who think they're all good. They're surrounded by friends. Those friends are wavering. And the front line is collapsing for you, Nabatea. All right, so the cavalry has defeated that infantry unit. These guys have retreated, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm going to use them to start cleaning up the rest of these back lines. General has been defeated as well. So these cav units are now lining up with the Sarasafaroi in support to start driving into the battle here, into the back lines. And that's what we want to see. We want to see this cav do what it's best. We'll do what it does best, rather. And charge into the enemy back lines, cause those morale collapsing. Look at that. Units retreating now all over the battle. Cavalry doing an excellent job of keeping them on their toes. Routing out the enemy that go white, obviously. You don't want them to come back. But just keeping up the momentum here. Keeping up the pressure. More and more units wavering. Cavalry taking their final steps to clean this up and end this once and for all. And with that, we've got a heroic victory, guys. So we only took 600 losses, which is fine. Most of them cavalry, to be honest. So a very, very nice battle to break the Nabateans. And then from here on, we're going to take the city of Petra. So let's get on to the campaign and see what happens. All right, guys. So with that heroic victory here, we've lost one cav unit, unfortunately. But with that victory, we've defeated the main Nabatean force here, and we'll take some captives. Very nicely done by the Might of Heracles. So let's finish this off. Finish this army off here. Might lose a couple more cav units, unfortunately. But that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We can always recoup with more recruitment. And we will now attack the city and take it as well. So, we've taken a lot of casualties, unfortunately, with this war against the Nabateans. Lost mainly cav units, to be honest, and that's totally fine. We're gonna loot the city here, so we have a lot of money, and we're gonna give our decent units here to the Might of Heracles. And we're going to move the Might of Heracles towards Jerusalem now. I'm going to leave this army here just to start a bit more recruitment, I think. Let's see. Yep. Let's get a couple more units here with them. Let's repair the city as well. And then we'll get this army into Yehuda and start doing some more cav recruitment, I think. That's going to be important. In the meantime, let's get this unit to keep recruiting as well. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to move him right there. And I'm going to recruit some cav right away. How was the garrison at Tyros doing? Not amazing, but I think they can fend off a naval invasion if they decide to go against us here, which is fine. No worries. So yeah, the idea here is I'll do some recruitment in this province and I'll move it across to Palmyra here and do... Oh, that's kind of far, actually. Shit, I thought it was closer. No worries. Well, we'll just do a bit of recruitment here. We'll get this army, do a bit of recruitment there as well, and then move them all down towards Alexandria. And this is turn 6. So, by now, we've taken 2 really key cities, guys, in Jerusalem and Petra. We've got the Nabateans on their knees. We could even use this army to keep moving down, take Hegra, and then Charmuthas as well. So, you can absolutely do that as well. As long as we have this eastern front secure, we should be okay to continue our conquest of Egypt. So that's going to be the focus here. Public order is slightly in the negative in Palmyra, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Let's see here. You know what? If we recruit a dignitary in Palmyra, that should help with public order a little bit. So we do that. We'll do that and help that there as well. Public order here is doing pretty well. I think we're in a good place. We've got lots of money. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the turn here, guys. We've got Petra. We're going to start hopefully moving some of these armies west towards Alexandria now. I think we have a skill to spend just before we end this. So let's get that done as well. And let's get... Yeah, let's get the Ferocious Warrior. And I'm going to increase this to City Governor, I think. All right. That's the end of the turn. Let's move on, guys. All right, guys. So this is turn 7, and we've had some interesting developments that we have to talk about. So the Nabateans tried to seek peace with us, and I declined that because I think I'm going to use this army here to push down and take the rest of them out, basically. So I'm going to continue recruitment here, and then we can push down and take Hegra. We've had a war break out between Parsa here and the Medians, and to be honest, I declined to to aid my satrapy here. I think Parsa is going to declare a war against me eventually anyway. They broke our trade agreement, so I'm not getting much from them anyway. And the Medians I'm kind of warming up to, and they're a powerful nation. They've got a really nice unit roster, so I don't want to go to war with them. And that's meant basically that I've continued to secure this side of my borders here. So Parsa, hopefully going to be dealing with the Medians. A little war going on that I don't need to step into, which is fine by me. It works for me. It means I can focus on this side of the world. Hopefully keep taking out the Nabatean towns down south there and focus on the Egyptians up in Alexandria. So we're going to move this army over here in Jerusalem. And we're going to continue recruiting here. So I'm going to get some more Sarah Safaroi here. And we're going to move this army down now as well to support them. So big moves happening here. And you know what? To be honest, what I might do is, hold on, let's convert this city first. Yeah, let's get the Agora and the muster field. Why not? What I might do actually is use this army to supplement these two armies before I go forth, because obviously I think we're probably going to be dealing with two Egyptian armies defending Alexandria. If we catch them off guard, great. But we're going to, in my opinion, need two armies to help take them out. So I've got this recruitment going on here. I might actually just get a new army in Palmyra. I probably should have done this in the last turn, but it's fine. New army in Palmyra to keep on recruiting here as well. Let's just get some light hoplites going on. Actually, you know what? We have the money. Let's get the bronze shieldsmen. And each turn, we'll keep moving them down. Another recruitment here. That'll be 7 units. And then hopefully another one down here as well. So in total, we've got pretty much 20 here. 5, 13. Hopefully we should have 2 stacks in about 2 turns ready to go up against Egypt. That means probably won't be able to do it within 10 turns. We'll try, but it might have to be 12 turns for this campaign. And I think we've got some skills to spend as well. So let's just have a look at... Oh, right. Here we go. Let's spend the skills here. Maybe get some Empire maintenance going as well. Do we have any other skills? Oh, yeah, we do. Let's spend the skills here as well. Remember, if you've got generals that have a few units and they're kind of garrison in cities, they're going to start getting some experience. So you can absolutely keep doing that. It's a very good way to just get some more experience, get some more public order, tax rate, empire maintenance going early on in your campaign here. Let's also deploy this dignitary in Palmyra. Palmyra is going through a bit of a public order issue, so I'm going to just use a character as well. Let's use this woman here for Palmyra. That's that. How is Yehuda doing? -7. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Why don't we do a character for Yehuda as well, I think. Here we go. Good, good, good. All right. So, not too shabby. Let's see what the Lydians are trying to knock on Cide's door. They've got Galatians coming down to Pessinus here. Cappadocians holding their position. Hake, it looks like the Hake aren't doing too much at the moment either. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, let's move on to turn 8. All right, guys, so this is turn 9, and I've skipped over turn 8 because we were just mainly doing some recruitment and shifting units around here and there. Not a lot happened, but we've got now a decent couple of armies ready to go at the Egyptians. I'm going to keep moving this army down towards Jerusalem so we can support these two and their efforts. I'm going to move this army forward now over here towards this Egyptian army that's come forth. We're going to take this guy out and start making our way towards Alexandria. That is the plan here. So while we're doing that, I'm just going to keep up the recruitment in this army here. We're going to get a couple more bronze shieldsmen here. And then together, These guys are going to go and take Alexandria. That's what's going to happen there. We've got this army here that I'm going to keep recruiting as well. And I might go down south towards Nabatea. To be honest, like, I'm not too bothered about it at the moment. Let's see if the Odrysians won't go for that. For some reason we lost. I think the Pergamon faction took Ephesus, which made us lose our trade with Lydia, but that's fine. Parsa. Where are the Nabateans? Here we go. All right, they will sue for peace, so let's just go for it. I'll demand a really high payment. Oh, that's not that high, actually. I think there's a way for me to be able to wrangle a higher payment out of people. Maybe join war. No. You know what? Let's just get the lower option. It's fine. But there's a way. I'm sure there's a way to get a higher payment, even though it's quite low here. So let's go for that. Just make sure we can secure that border there. I'm not that bothered about going down and taking out the Nabateans. Let's just leave that army there as well. Public order is low and getting lower in all of our provinces here, most of them anyway. So just need to keep an eye on that as well. Make sure it doesn't go too far into the negative. And then we're gonna go on the offensive here. So that's pretty much turn 9. Hopefully, I think it's gonna have to be like turn 12 to get to Alexandria, but that's gonna be the end game for this campaign. So let's make it happen. All right, guys. So this is turn 11, and this might just be our final turn in this campaign here to bring Egypt to its knees. And we've got the final city, Alexandria, in our sights. I've moved the army forward to start besieging the city as well. We've got our second army, the Might of Heracles, up for backup as well. Let's see if we can make some mercenary recruitment. We can indeed. So I'm going to go for that. Go for some decent units here. And let's see here. And look at that. So we've got a pretty major garrison here in Alexandria. And in my humble opinion, we should try and fight this out. But to be honest, I need to wait a turn for proper siege equipment. And I mean, they might absolutely sally forth and try and attack us anyway. But either way, I think I'd suggest you fight this battle on the ground. Try and minimize your casualties and beat them out. You've got lots of really good units in the Bronze Shieldsmen and the Sarasaphorai Cavalry in both armies here. So yeah, I mean, I would suggest you fight the battle out. Let me see if I can move this army down south as well here as well. With this one, we can try and take Memphis right away. Also, that would be a really good thing. And yeah, you know what? I think we're just going to take the city and end the campaign here. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to do it, guys. Let's go defensive and let's take the city. I would suggest you fight the battle. Definitely go for that. Take the city. You actually haven't lost any units at all, which is really nice. I'm going to loot the city here as well. They don't have any other army nearby also, which is super good for us. Let's repair these buildings. The Wonder. Oh, they've got every building that we could want here we've got, which is really good. And we'll use this army to be supplemented by this one over here. Go down towards Memphis. Once this one has been replenished, we'll go down towards Paratonian. I've just noticed they've got this army here as well, just north of the city in the sea. So that might be one we'd have to defend against in the next turn. So just keep that in mind as well. And that's pretty much the end of the campaign here, guys. I just wanted to show you the first 12 turns, 11 turns here, about how I would go about the Seleucid Empire. I did the exact opposite of this with Egypt. when we went up and took, well, we tried to take Antioch and end the war there by taking like Palmyra, Thapsakos, and then Antioch. So all really good things here. This campaign is how I would start it as the Seleucids. Use that diplomatic game at the beginning of your campaign to make sure that your eastern front is secure with your satrapies here. They will obviously rebel, and you can focus your attention on Egypt. Salamis is going to go through a rebellion very soon. The Lydians have taken Side. You've got a nice buffer with Hake and the Cappadocians up here. And by taking Alexandria, you've pretty much brought the Egyptians to their knees. You've got Cyrenaicae here, your allies who will come up against their cities in the west here. You can focus on Memphis, Myos Hormos, and Diospolis and end the war right here and now in the next like 5 turns. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news just like this. And I will see you next time, guys.